Hey everybody, this is Kevin from Fort Orange Woodworking, and in today's video I am going to be reviewing this Rockler Deluxe panel clamp. These are from Rockler. They are somewhere in the $100 to $120 range, depending on when you catch them on sale or whatever time you may be watching this video. I got these because I wanted a panel clamp that was capable of handling pressure from both sides for my projects. Now, if you've ever done panel clamps or panel glue-ups, you have probably found that if you're just using clamps, it can take a lot of clamps. It's very tedious. You have to apply pressure from top and bottom and from both sides, which
that's a lot of pressure.
Which means you have to use scrap boards, and then sometimes I even use wax paper to make sure that my scrap boards aren't going to be glued to my finished product, and it's very tedious. So if you get a panel clamp set, that can help to alleviate a lot of those problems, because these apply four-way pressure with these jaws and a fine tuning device. So if I just slide this out, I extend my bars. Now, these are made by Rockler. They can handle projects from 10 inches all the way out to 36 inches. The jaws go in 2-inch increments. However, you do have this fine tuning screw, which can adjust your piece to the exact dimension. So anything between 10 and 36 will work. It comes with these adjustable magnetic feet. Comes with two of them. These can move back and forth to support your project. The body itself is made from powder-coated steel. It's very heavy, very sturdy feeling. And so far, I've used this a couple times, and I really, really like it. Only drawbacks to this that I can find are, number one, they are kind of pricey at about $100 or more a piece, and they don't come in a set. So if you want them, if you want to really use them, you got to buy two. I did buy a second one. Actually, I got them for a Christmas gift, so double bonus for me. But you do need two. Now, keep in mind, Rockler does make a smaller set that I think I'm going to invest in. But very often, I do have some large glue-ups that I would need that extra width for. So I went ahead and got the Deluxe version right off the rip. So let's see how these things work. All right, so I am over here in my demonstration area, and before I begin, you can see I've got a few pieces of contrasting wood here, light and dark, so that you can see exactly what it is that I'm doing. I'm not going to turn this into any project in particular. I'm just using this for demonstrative purposes. So I'm going to measure out here. I have approximately 10 inches on this panel, which is under the recommended width. So I'm going to put this on the smallest setting and see if it'll work. All right, so I just lift and slide. It gets set to the 12-inch mark. This one's already preset. Now let's see if I put these 5 pieces in here. Oh, one more thing. Quick measure here. These are 3/4, so they are at the minimum thickness. Now, if you're doing thin clamps, the solution to that is to just support your boards with something underneath, like a sheet of plywood or whatever. Then you can use thinner sizes as well. I've got my clamp pieces kind of parallel to each other. I don't want them askew. I don't want one this way and one this way, because then I won't get even pressure. So I've got them roughly parallel. Just going to slide my 3/4-inch boards in here. Light, dark, light, dark. And I'm going to show you what happens when we're under the recommended width. So I am roughly aligned here. I've got these T-bars, these gray pieces here, applying even pressure to my workpiece. Now, I'm going to screw this one in all the way so that you can see that this one is just going to make it. Now, it said for pieces 10 inches or more, and I am just under 10 inches on this. So it looks like it will handle panel glue-ups that are slightly less than 10 inches. But that must be a factory recommendation. just to be on the safe side. I'm going to screw in this other end here. And I'm not over tightening either one. I'm just touching it, and then I'll just give a little bit more pressure on each side. And because it's a panel glue up, I would not over tighten these. I would just make them nice and snug so that glue can work. And as you can see, this is now one pretty sturdy clamped up piece. Less than 10 inches. Squeeze together, and there you have it. Now, what I was going to say is the little trick that you can use is if you're, let's say, clamping a piece that's, say, only 8 inches. Of course, then you could just get a sacrifice piece without glue on it, put it on the end, and then just secure that one. That way you get the extra width that you're looking for. And that is, in fact, what I did on my test run with this, which I will show you now. On my test run, I did a scrap wood cutting board that measured out to be only about 8 3/4, 8 5/8 in total width. My thinner pieces, as you can see here, my white wood here, the maple, was right around 3/4. No, about 7/8. But my other wood here, my Brazilian cherry and my purple heart, were right around that 3/4 mark. So they weren't the same thickness. Now I know that that's taboo in the cutting board world, that you want to have these the same thickness. But part of this process is going to be to plane this down anyway. That was my intention from the beginning. Either way, I got some really good results from this. You can see here that because I use different thicknesses on my contrast woods and the maple, these are not completely flush, and that is not the fault of the clamps. That is my fault for not having planed these down ahead of time, but I wanted to see how it would work, so that was a little bit of an experiment. Either way, my side glue up was perfect. I'm really happy with this. Any amount of curvature is due to me not paying attention when I put this together. But anyway, there you have it. There's my glue up from the Rockler Deluxe clamp. So, with all that being said, I am very pleased with this investment. Of course, this was a Christmas gift, so I didn't invest anything in it. However, I'm really excited to have this in my collection. In fact, so much so that I think I'm going to go ahead and buy the smaller set for my smaller clamp jobs, which, like the example I showed you, that would have been a perfect scenario for your standard cutting boards and things like that. But anyway, go ahead, go to rockler.com. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and check out other tool reviews, DIYs, projects that we have on the site. Hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. Go ahead and give the Rockler Deluxe panel clamps a chance, and I will see you next time in the shop. Take care.